Hello there and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to make a little introduction video on offices in general, because I know that already people who just started the game are watching this channel, and so I want to give some hands-on instruction for the beginning of the game. You know that you find your offices on the top left of the screen. If we're on the main screen at the moment, and there you have ships, and then there's offices. And if you click this, you see the offices you have already. And when you start the game, you will have one. And if I need to scroll down a bit because I have a lot of them, and they look like this if you don't have them. So on this server, I don't have all of the offices yet. So there's still a few I still have to work on. But all those offices are important. They have different rarity grades, so how hard it is to get them. And it is like materials and resources and stuff like that. And ships, you know, there's always common, uncommon, rare, and epic. And it's the same with the offices. The common ones you will get in the beginning very fast. Are the gray ones. So like Kibish and Helva and Domitia, those are the ones you probably will have very early in the game. And those are common ones, and they are still very helpful, especially in the beginning of the game. And then there come the green ones. Yeah, you see the green frames around them. Those are the uncommon ones. And then we have the blue ones, that's the rare ones. And in the end, we have the purple ones. That's the epic ones. And all those offices have different abilities. And they are important for once on your ships as crew. And they are also important for your away teams, because they have certain abilities in both cases. I will just give you an overview today, so I will not go completely into the officer abilities in every aspect today, but I want to show you some important things. Every officer has some abilities. Some have abilities as captain. They all have abilities as bridge officers, and some also have abilities as below deck officers, but I will go to that a little bit later. Let's start with the captain abilities. You see on the screen here, there's a gold marking on the titanium miner. That means that is the captain's ability. And if you use Kibish, for example, as a captain, the captain maneuver is that Kibish increases the mining rate of the ship by a certain percent when mining titanium. The percentage is dependent on what level he is. And the bottom one here is the bridge officer ability. And that means in his case, as long as the ship is mining, Kibish reduces the damage dealt by attacking opponents by a certain percentage, in my case 20. If you use him as captain, he will use both abilities. And if you use him just as a bridge officer, he will use the defensive mining ability. All of them have those abilities. And you can... I have no trades at the moment for this. But I can show you that on my main ship at the moment, how this works. When I go to assign officers, I will do the crewing here and everything in a different video, but you see Cisco is in the middle, and if I take him out, you will see there's a golden frame, and that means that he's the captain. And I will quickly go discard that so that I can show you again with Cisco. So Cisco is the captain. Miles O'Brien and Changeling Kira are the bridge officers. You can have one captain and two officers on the bridge, and their abilities work accordingly. You see Cisco, when I click on info, has a captain's ability, that the defensive measures, and a bridge officer ability, that's persistence is key. Those work both when he is captain. And Changeling Kira has tactical infiltration as captain's ability and know your enemy as officer ability. And in this case, being on the bridge next to Cisco, only the know your enemy ability works. And Miles O'Brien is a good example for what I wanted to talk about. He has no captain's ability, but the luck of the Irish is the officer ability if you put him on the bridge. And the warp core tuning is a below deck ability. That means this ability is active when I put him on the lower decks. There's Rutherford at the moment and Hammer and a few others that are not working because this ship doesn't have all slots available yet. But they are still there because I'm switching. This is my main switch part, and I have ships where I have all slots unlocked already, where they all are working then. And Rutherford and Hammer have also below deck abilities. In this case, cybernetic overclocking, and this is active now. That Sam Rutherford increases the ship's shield health by 50% because I put him on the lower deck. And so his below deck ability is working. That's one important part where officers count. And then they have certain abilities as well for away teams. When you click on the yellow exclamation mark on the bottom left of the screen, of the main screen, you also have the away teams. And you see that I'm running away teams in all slots at the moment, but I want to look into one. They have different trades as well, from common officers upwards, and those you need here. For this, I would have needed psionic, analytical, tactical, and ambitious. I only had someone ambitious at the moment, and those are traits those officers had. And I can show you that again when I go back to officers and pick a common one. Emerald, for example, if I go down there to the traits, she has only one ability for the away teams, that is warrior. And other officers have more of them. You have to unlock them, but that's another topic for another video again. People like Marcus, for example, they have 3 traits. This is an epic officer, that's why he has 3 different traits, which you have to unlock, and then they work for the away teams. And he can be a warrior, manipulative, and admiral. Those are things you need there. But so officers are important in so many ways. That's why I just want to give you an overlook today. First of all, we have the abilities for the ship, and then we have the traits for the away teams. And that's why you need so many different kinds of officers. You need officers for all different kinds of missions, for whatever you want to do with your ship, you need different officers. If you want to mine, even if you want to mine Parsteel or Tritanium in the beginning of the game, it's important which officer you have. And then we get back to the first ones, like Helvia, for example. She's a Parsteel miner. And that's why she's important early in the game. She's increasing the mining rate of Parsteel. And that's why you should have her as a captain on your survey ship when you are mining Parsteel. And that already in the beginning of the game, because you can get her very early. She has no traits, like all uncommon officers, but she has those abilities for the ships. And so that's why it's important to have so many different officers, because they all have different abilities. I will not get into all of the different abilities in this video, because it's just an overview, but you will have to have a look on the different officers and what they do. And that's why in the future, on the long run, there will be a video on every single officer here on this channel, as well as there will be a video on every single ship existing on this channel, because they all have different importance, different meaning, different traits here for this game. And that's why I want you to get to know them all. But for the beginning, I just wanted to make one video where I show you why offices are important, where they can make a difference, so with ships and the away teams, for example, and that you will be happy to get more and more offices in the turn of the game. But as I always say, I want to keep a video as short as possible and as long as necessary. This was just a small introduction. I will make more videos on recruiting of the officers, of different kinds of officers, and also, as I said, on every single officer. But you want to know something right now, the next video is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.